Before you finalize that ticket, before you set that roster, you need the edge. Welcome to the 1 hour window that separates the winners from the losers. We're diving deep into the spreads, the over-unders, the value plays, and the sleepers you must start. Stop guessing and start winning. This is the Gridiron Gurus, providing the ultimate NFL advantage exclusively on the Empty the Bench Network.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Gridiron Gurus. Sorry that we had we took last week off for just figure some stuff out. But we got everyone in the studio today. Ben, it's good to have you, and welcome back. And
thank you. Good to see you guys.
We're gonna be doing these shows on Fridays during the off season, and then when we get back to football season, we'll be back to Sundays. But during the off season, we all figured for all three of us to be here, the best day was Friday. So please remember to follow us on YouTube at the ETB Network on YouTube.com. So we've got a plethora of topics for you today, but starting off with more draft previews. It's crazy. The draft is literally six days from now. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, night one will be a long one, but so will night two, because we'll be live streaming during that one too, during night two. So that's going to be fun. But so going into the draft previews for the AFC South and NFC South, so in the AFC South, the Colts don't have a first round draft pick because they traded it for Sauce Gardner, and I'm going to say it, to have Sauce Gardner as your first round draft pick, based on his production with the Colts this year, it's not very good. It's not. I mean, I do think that he will get better, but I mean, he went to the Colts and played what, 2 games? I don't even remember how many games he played. Do you guys remember?
2.
Yeah, it was like 2.
I think it was 2.
Wow, I honestly picked that number off of sheer luck. The Jaguars.
I think he played the first game and then got injured.
Oh, gotcha. The Jaguars, they also don't have a first round draft pick because of the Travis Hunter trade. So really, in the AFC South, the Texans have a first round draft pick, and that is at 28. So they're pretty late. And then with the AFC, and then Tennessee, and they have 4. So really, we only have to talk about 2 teams in the NFC or AFC South, not the NFC South, sorry. But with the AFC South, I actually want to start with the Titans. And I want to start with the Titans specifically because they are at 4. And they are in prime position to take someone that I believe is very good in this draft. In fact, I think this is a very light class for this certain position, but I think this is prime position to take Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. I don't know if the Titans will do it because they do have Robert Saleh as their head coach, and he's defensive minded. So he might want to get a guy like, I would say 1, 2, and 3 are Fernando Mendoza, Alvaro Reese, and after that, I don't know who is the next best defensive player available. I don't know if Sonny Styles would go 3.
You got David Bailey as well.
Thank you, David Bailey. Yeah, yeah. Those 1, 2, and 3 will probably be a combination of Fernando Mendoza. He's going 1.
Mm-hmm.
David Bailey or Arvell Reese will go 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I do believe that's how the first 3 goes. But for me, I have to say this. I think the draft, when it comes to, because the draft never really starts at 1. It really starts probably at like number 6, in my personal opinion, because there's always probably 4 to 5 players that are sure like top end guys. This one is a little bit of a lighter class for this, but I think this year's draft starts at 5. Because I think I know Mendoza will go 1. I think David Bailey or Arvell Reese will go 2 or 3, and then I do think that the Titans should take Love at 4, but I don't know. With defensive minded head coach, that's always up in the air. You might want to get your star-studded defensive lineman or something if you're a defensive minded head coach. But and then with the Texans, with them at 28, I could see them going the best offensive lineman available or the best defensive lineman available. They don't really need defensive line.
No.
I would say offensive. Yeah, I would say offensive line is probably a good one to circle in there at 28, or at least highlight as a prime position to take at 28. But with the NFC South, has Tampa, the Bucks, the New Orleans Saints, the Falcons. The Falcons don't really matter because they don't have a first-round draft pick because they traded their first-round draft pick this year for James Pierce, which is not going over well right now. And the Panthers, they're at where 19. So the Saints, the Saints are first with number 8. If I'm being honest, I think the best option for them is another offensive tackle. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think they could go in a different direction? And if you do, what direction do you think they go?
Saints?
Yeah.
I think they go receiver.
Ooh,
I think they go receiver.
One. That is a good one.
You have a young quarterback. You need Chris Olave needs a guy next to him. I think they go receiver.
That's
I
a
think
good
they're
point.
going to go offensive.
I think that's where Tate goes.
That'd be dangerous if he went to the Saints. I mean, you'd probably have
offensive line.
questions
I could see too because that's just something the Saints do. The Saints just take
they know
offensive line.
They know Chuck is going to probably be their quarterback at least for now, so they need to have protection.
Yeah. So I think the two positions that you probably could circle are wide receiver or offensive tackle. And when you're in the top 10, you can take essentially anyone you want. So, what are you going to do? And then the Falcons, they don't pick till 48, so they can't pick till day 2. But
Cornerback. That's what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're good. They have a lot of skill guys offensively. They just brought back Kyle Pitts. You have Greg
that's a good
London.
point.
You have Bijan. You obviously have a quarterback situation with Tua or Penix, so you're good there.
That's gonna be a weird one. That's gonna be a weird one.
Their corner. I mean, they obviously have AJ Terrell,
but after him, who's like his running mate? So
they need some back end help. Their secondary, I thought last year was a train wreck.
Yeah, no, I can agree. What about you, Michael? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think that they'll go secondary, or they'll just go best offensive player available. If that's O-line or maybe another receiver.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, and then the Panthers at 19. It's funny. So one of the reporters that covers the Panthers asked Dan Morgan, I think is his name, the GM for the Panthers, is he going to take a first round receiver again? Because each year that he's been the GM for the Panthers, he's taken a receiver. He took Xavier Legette, 32, and then the one that worked out much better for him was T-Mac out of oh God, where did T-Mac go? Or where did he go to college? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he was like number 8 or what was he? 7?
He was 8.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what the Panthers could do. I mean, in actuality, it is the last year of Bryce Young's 5th year contract or 5th year. I think it's his 5th year option this year. So
no, this is the last year. He's going into his 4th year.
Oh, okay. And the thing is, the Panthers, they spent all their free agency money on defense. So I would expect them to go offense because they signed Jalen Phillips to a 4-year, $120 million deal, which is insane. I can't believe that. And someone else, I know it's a defensive player, but I can't think of his name. I don't know, but I think they might just go best offensive player. When you get to like the late teens or 20s, you're mostly taking best player available, or maybe there may be like a position of need that they need to fill on draft night, but we can't know until actual draft night, which is almost here, almost. But so that's the AFC and NFC South. Going into the AFC and NFC West, starting with the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs, Denver Broncos, or the Las Vegas Raiders, the Denver Broncos, and Chargers are in the AFC West. Let's just, since the Raiders are number 1, let's just start with the Raiders. We don't even need to say what our prediction is. We know Mendoza is going to the Raiders. It's the thing that stinks. The thing that I don't like about the draft is if there's a quarterback available and the team that has number 1 has a need at quarterback, the NFL still tells them to wait like 5 minutes to call the player and tell him, we're drafting you and turn the ticket in. So we're waiting for like the person that everyone knows who's going to go number 1. We're waiting like 20 minutes for them to actually be announced as the number 1 draft pick. I mean, I get it, but like if the team knows and just knows who they're gonna take, let them just call them when they're on the clock. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Ben, you're muted.
Thank you. I was gonna say it was like Trevor Lawrence going to Jacksonville. I mean, like he was like up there, I think number 1 or 2. It's like we know where he's going. Like we don't have to. And I know people hate the spoilers on like Twitter and stuff from like people saying the pick beforehand. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, spoil it. I don't care. We know what's going to happen the first pick. Yeah, maybe for the next couple, sure. I don't want to see it. But if it's obvious, it's obvious. Raiders, obviously, they really have to have made some good moves in the offseason, and they're going to get their franchise cornerstone.
Yeah, no, I can agree. Now, after the Raiders are the Chiefs, they're the next closest. They have 9-29 actually. 9, if I'm being honest, I might circle wide receiver for them at 9 because they don't have any, great, I mean, I like Rashid Rice, but can he stay out of trouble is the question for me. And I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that they have to, like, because there is a total possibility that after the draft they eventually sign Tyreek Hill. But my question to them, if they do that, is he going to play and has he lost his step? Because that knee injury that he sustained this past season is gruesomely huge. I don't think that if he comes back to football, he's going to have that second gear of speed that he used to have. But I would pencil in wide receiver as probably their top choice at number 9. At 29, that's probably just another one where they, take best player available. And even if they take best player available at 29, it's probably still going to turn out to be a stud because he's going to go to a place that just, spits out great players for some reason. And it's because of Andy Reid. But what are your guys' thoughts on the Chiefs since they have 2 first-round draft picks?
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. I think Chiefs are taking Caleb Downs at 9. I think Caleb Downs falls to 9. And I think they're going to
that'd be a hell of a pick.
And then they're taking at 29 best corner available. I think they're going straight defense.
You think they're going straight defense?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't just because
I wouldn't be mad at it either.
it's just because I do think they're going to get Tyreek. So, and then you still have Worthy and Rice, which those are 2 very good receivers, but they have to stay on the field. But they're very good. So you don't really need more weapons for Mahomes. I mean, yeah, it helps, but you don't really need it.
Mahomes can make magic out of anybody.
And they just lost Trent McDuffie, or they traded Trent McDuffie, and so you need a corner and you need a safety.
I forgot about that. Yeah, but we already know that Caleb Downs does look good in red. So, but what about you, Ben? What are your thoughts on the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean they lost obviously they're 2 of their main guys on their corners, so they have to go secondary.
Yeah. Caleb Downs to them at 9 actually does make a lot of sense.
Like I said this earlier. I think if Caleb Downs doesn't go to the Saints, but now I think the Saints are going to take a receiver. Like if he doesn't go to the Saints, the Chiefs are taking him, and he's going to win a Super Bowl.
That'd be something. Going from Ohio State to probably one of the like 5 teams that could immediately contribute get to a Super Bowl right now. That's awesome. And then after the Chiefs are the Chargers. They have 19. Or wait, no, wrong. Sorry, 22. My bad. The Chargers, I
have an idea where the Chargers can go.
Then you go first, Ben. You go first.
I think they need tight end. I think they need somebody over the top. Herbert's a guy that loves the middle of the field.
Yeah,
point. They obviously, they have Quentin Johnson. They have McConkey. But I just think they need a little bit more.
And Caden Sadiq is a good tight end. That might be a prime position for him, and he might be able to play with his college quarterback. Or would Herbert have gotten into the league? No, okay, so no. Sadiq was after, but I mean they both played at Oregon, so that they might know of each other. And then the Broncos they don't pick until 62 because they traded 30 for Jalen Waddle. So their first round draft pick is Jalen Waddle, and I have to say I cannot wait for him to light it up with Bo Nix because he's gonna go crazy with Bo Nix. I think he's gonna go crazy. I mean, Tua was a good quarterback for him, but Bo Nix is just so much better. Now, what would they do at 62? That's a big weight.
Linebacker,
running back. They're going one of the backs
because they like speed defensively. You saw what they did with their defense last year. They probably want to get some more depth in the middle of the field. On tackling.
A
linebacker. If I'm Denver.
So
I think it's linebacker or running back for them.
Okay, so that was the AFC West and NFC West. Now the last one that we have to do, I'm sorry, we have to do the NFC West. That's my bad. All right, so the NFC West has the 49ers, the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. The Cardinals, I think, will be taking probably David Bailey or Arvell Reese, one of the two. Now, however, I will say this: if they do trade up from 34, they will be taking Ty Simpson somewhere. And as much as I am not trying to make a prediction here, but I'm going to throw it out there. I think that a prime position, if he's available, and I hate that I'm about to say this, the prime position that I think if he's available, the Cardinals think about it, 25. I think 25. If he's available at 25, and for the people that don't know, that is when the Bears pick, and I'm not trying to make it Bears bias or anything. I just think that that's a place he could be available if he makes it past the Steelers. If he makes it past the Steelers, 25 might be a position that he could get taken, and maybe the Cardinals trade up for him. But I don't want to. That might be a hot take. I don't know. Michael seems to not like it. I must admit.
No, because if the Bears aren't picking in the first round, I'm going to bed.
Well, dude, I mean, picking at 34 is basically like it.
Yeah, but it's not the first day.
Yeah, I know, and if I'm being honest with you, I hope I am wrong. I hope I am wrong that they don't that no one trades up for him at 25. I mean, if anyone trades up for him, I hope they do it before it so we could still pick at 25. But that might be a spot they like. Okay. But after the Cardinals, the next one is the is it the Rams or who is it?
Good. Well, wait, say the ones you already had?
Should be Niners, right?
The Niners are at 27. Is that? Yeah, it would be the Niners because the Rams originally had 29, and that went back to the Chiefs. Oh wait, no, the Rams would be first because they're 13. I'm gonna say it. I think this might be a prime position for the Rams to take a replacement for Davante Adams because he's on the last year of his deal. I'm not saying that I don't think that Davante Adams can't play anymore. I think he still has some juice left. It's just you might want to get that receiver so he could learn from Davante for a year.
I got it.
And I'm gonna throw someone out there. Jordan Tyson.
I'm gonna say Denzel Boston.
Who's that?
Receiver from Washington.
He's like right between him and Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M. I don't forgot where Boston. I think Boston went to Washington. That's where it went.
Yeah, Boston went to Washington. I forgot about Boston and Concepcion. I think Concepcion or however you say his name. If I think 13 would be a little early for him. I could see him being taken by a team like maybe the Eagles, maybe, because I do think they are gonna trade AJ Brown somewhere. It'd be crazy if he went to the Patriots. That'd be something.
Let's go.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Clock's ticking, my friend.
And I honestly, I'm gonna say it. I do think that is a legitimate possibility that he gets traded to the Patriots.
I think it happens during draft night.
That would be something. Wouldn't that be funny? Because
guys now like Rap Sheet speculating it. Jeff Darlington's had a little bit of speculation recently. It's like if they're starting to speculate stuff, like they have to know something. I mean,
the funniest thing about AJ Brown, the last time that he was traded was during draft night. And who traded him? Mike Vrabel. Well, okay, it wasn't Mike Vrabel. In fact, Mike Vrabel was pissed off. He literally left the draft room. It was the GM, but still, wouldn't that be like full circle? You're going back to the coach that traded you.
Yeah, they keep asking Elliott Wolf, the GM, during like off-season meetings about AJ Brown, obviously, and pretty much he's had the same exact answer. We are open to bringing somebody in that can help the team. Like, isn't that just an overall saying of translation of we'd love to bring in AJ?
We want to, but we can't say that yet.
Yeah. So, it's all about Howie, because Howie's an absolute, what to deal with. But if we give them,
he is the mastermind of NFL trades. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And then so after the 49ers is the
we got Seahawks yet?
No, we haven't done the Seahawks yet. So that's actually the last one. The Seahawks.
Niners. We got it in Niners.
Oh,
yeah, we've got Niners.
Okay, well, then let's go do the Niners first because they are before the Seahawks. The Niners. That's an interesting one.
I could go. I got two.
All right, knock yourself out, Michael. What do you got?
All right. So they're gonna need someone to replace Trent Williams. I think they'll go tackle.
That's a good.
And then I also think they need a receiver. So I think those are your two options there, and that's what happens.
If you had to predict who they actually pick, who would you?
I can't do that.
Can't do that.
I got an underrated part of that. a need for them. Defensive line.
That too.
That's not bad.
Like the front, not like the edges. Like I've said Bosa and stuff, but they've had some injury risk in the past years. Have some depth going after because they really like that after.
Peter Woods. McDonald.
That might be, those guys would be probably, those guys could be circled. And honestly, I like both of them. I mean, we've done mock drafts for our personal channel, me and Michael, and we've either mocked Caden McDonald to the Bears multiple times or Peter Woods to the Bears multiple times. So, we don't know what's going to happen until draft night, but there's going to be some good guys available. But this isn't a draft where there's like 10 or 15 blue chip players. This is more of like a draft that's like got 5, and then everyone else is in a good spot, but like not great, like not the best. But so it's going to be interesting to see how many trades there are for draft night. And then finally we got the Seahawks. I don't know. Well, they did lose a lot of their secondary, so they might want to get some secondary help. But at 32, you might just take best player available at that point. I mean, I think secondary should be circled, but like, what do you guys think? For
who?
For the Seahawks.
I think they trade up.
They lost Reek Woolen.
And Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant.
Not the Kobe Bryant in basketball.
Yeah, not the legend Kobe Bryant, but the reincarnated Kobe Bryant.
The soon-to-be Bears legend Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, no, definitely secondary. Mike McDonald and Schneider will find somebody.
They'll find somebody. I think like Colton Hood would be a good option for them, corner out of Tennessee. I think
they trade up.
For who?
I think they trade up and try to get one of the safeties. That's not Caleb Downs.
So Thiemann or Emmanuel McNeil Warren?
EMW. I think they trade up for EMW.
Where? If you had to guess. From
I think he's
where?
I think he's gonna fall. So I can see him like trading up to like 20, 23, whoever's there.
The Eagles.
Aren't they 22?
No, that's the Chargers. Chargers are 22.
That's a move the Chargers would make. The Chargers would do that, and then they'll take. I think they trade up to like 22, like the low 20s, and snag a safety before the Bears.
That would hurt.
And it's gonna happen. Calling my shot.
I can't put it past them. I mean, they need safety help for sure, and I wouldn't necessarily want to take a first round draft pick on like a guy that's graded in the mid-second round, so
yeah.
But actually, since we talked about Mike Vrabel, it kind of goes perfectly into this into the next topic, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say, Ben, about this. But let's go into that. So Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini were seen very close together at a very expensive hotel. And it's very important that I mention both of these said people are married and like to other people. And I don't think that this is actually as big of a, I think that like, people, paparazzi see things and they want to make a scandal out of it. I don't think that that's what the situation is, but like, it's very, very odd that they were like sitting next to each other and getting very close. It wasn't intimate or anything like that, but like it was just odd that a coach and a reporter that literally covers that team were as close as they were. But it is also very important that I mention when Mike Vrabel is at the podium talking to reporters, he always does let a woman go first. I can't remember what her name is. It's not Russini, but it is someone that he has known for a very long time, and he always calls on her first. But Ben, since you are a fan of this team, I want to know what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you said in terms of it could be a little bit overblown. But what I would say is, these days when you're out in public, and you're seeing people interlock hands, two people that are very popular people, at least in the sports world. You obviously have the head coach that was just in the Super Bowl, going to a new team. You have a reporter that obviously has been very well known across.
And I didn't mention this. She was employed by The Athletic. She literally resigned like 2 days ago, like Wednesday or something.
Yeah. So, it's just crazy though. Like, I don't think it's as big a deal as people make it out to be. Like, people are saying to punish Vrabel for all of this and whatnot.
They won't.
They won't do much of anything. I'd be very, very surprised if it was anything. Dianna, I think, really, she obviously was going to get questioned regardless because she's obviously part of social media in terms of that aspect of things. So she pretty much had a statement in terms of resigning that she just didn't want to start getting questioned more about it. And so she didn't want to, keep going with the fight. And, I feel like she cut her comments off as well during the recognition tweet that she had because she probably just didn't want to get, blown left and right with all of this stuff. But it's just weird. I'll say that. It's just weird. There's
really a very weird situation.
There's been a lot of people that have kind of really talked a lot about this. I'm not saying I've blown it off per se, but
you can't blow it off. But no. It's not as big of an issue as people are making it, is what you'd say.
Yes.
What about you, Michael? I know you probably don't know much about it, but can you comment on it?
I just looked it up. I mean, I don't think it's as big of a deal as most people think. It's whatever. What happens in the personal life is in their personal life. As long as it's not on the football field, I really can care less. As long as it doesn't question their
another thing too was
performance on the field. So
he wasn't at GM meetings and some off-season stuff. So a lot of people were making it more of a speculation of, oh, this is maybe what happened. So he obviously just doesn't want to have media.
Maybe this is just maybe that was just Russini telling him what happened at the GM meetings or something like that because he wasn't at the the owners meetings. So this will blow over. I mean, I can't say that Dianna Russini is going to get a slap on the wrist because she had to resign and she probably drastically hurt her journalism career. But Mike Vrabel going to get a slap on the wrist, probably less than that.
This is what I think it is. The Patriots are good again. So they gotta make a story, try to get them in their head. I think that's what it is.
That's not a bad guess. I could see it happening. Going into the next topic. So Rueben Bain, one of the top draft prospects, was involved in a fatal crash that killed someone. Now, it's important that I mention everyone in the NFL knew about this when the story came out, because Brad Holmes, the GM for the Lions, was asked about the situation, and he said, we've known about that for a long time, and if he's available at 17, we wouldn't hesitate to take him. Personally, I do think that he goes before then, but if you can get Rueben Bain Jr. at 17, that's a deep fall. That's a deep fall. I will say that. I mean, because Rueben Bain is a great project, or a great prospect, not project. I almost said project. But I think he goes before then. I could see him going in like the. You know what? I'm gonna throw out a spot. I think he could go 12. I think that the Cowboys might want to get a replacement for their Micah Parsons, and I think Rueben Bain might be the perfect replacement. But that's my guess. I don't know. But I don't think it's gonna affect his draft stock that much because everyone knows about it. Like if this came out that everyone didn't know about it the night before the draft, we could have seen a Laramie Tunsil situation. But I don't think that's going to happen with Rueben Bain. What are your guys' thoughts?
I didn't really see much about this until this week. Obviously, when you're involved in something like this, it sucks. Hopefully we'll see what happens with this draft stock, but, probably it's going to be a lot lower than it could have been. Teams are going to take them. They're going to take them, obviously, with risk involved. So that's kind of it.
Yeah, what about you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, it is a risky pick, but if he's that good, so, he's going to get drafted high. It's not going to – if there's, legal action, that's where, legal –
yeah, that's when his stock will plummet.
Yeah, that's where it comes into play.
But as of right now,
before the draft,
as of right now, there has been no legal action that we know of.
Yeah.
So
yes,
right now his draft stock is fine. His draft stock is fine right now. But going into the next one, we are 6 days away from the draft. Now predictions. I kind of gave one. I think if Rueben Bain is available at 12, the Cowboys would be stupid not to turn that pick in. But then again, it's Jerry Jones, and he's made a lot of stupid decisions. I hope that this clip does not reach Jerry Jones because I do not want a lawsuit on my part. But he traded away Mike Parsons, so what are you doing? But that's a prediction for me. Who else could I predict something?
Can we do a bold prediction?
Knock yourself out.
All right, I'm gonna go a little off the rails here, but why not? This is why we have the fun of it. I think teams are going to be calling for a trade for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Ooh, honestly, I'm going to say it. I don't think that's as bold as you think. I think that is
Tyler's out.
Possible.
Marvin probably wants to consider in terms of a place to maybe win. He was kind of up and down last year, and I feel like maybe there's a team that could be out looking for a receiver that loves his upside. I could see a team I would probably not a team like the Giants, but a team, imagine you have a guy like him with Neighbors, on the outside with Jackson.
That'd be something. And let's see.
I don't know. It probably won't happen, but I'll go off the rails like that.
Oh, Christy asks a very good question here. I'm going to put this on the screen. Any chance that Max Crosby could be traded on draft day?
No.
Chrissy,
I think
I love your question. A trade already failed once. I don't think it's going to happen, at least this season. I could see the Raiders trying to trade him again next year at the during the offseason, but I don't think that he gets traded on draft night. I don't think so.
I think he gets traded at the trade deadline.
I think he gets traded. I think he's going to rock one more year with the Raiders. They probably are going to be rebuilding, so I think that he's going to. I think the medical staff is probably going to look more into detail in terms of what he has going on, and he can kind of. It's almost like a prove it type of year in a way for him, even though he's a good type of guy. He doesn't really need a prove it year, but I'm talking about a prove it year in terms of staying on the field, staying healthy, and then
absolutely
somewhere else. That's kind of how I see it.
Absolutely. What other predictions do you get? Do you have a bold prediction, Michael?
I feel like I think the Seahawks trade up for safety. Like I think they do trade up.
Possible. I want to make a bold prediction, but I just don't know what to.
Where do you guys think Sonny Styles is going to get drafted to?
Sonny Styles. I think they go Arvell Reese at 2. I mean,
I think they're going to get Bailey.
Arvell Reese, yeah, probably
either one. They're going to go edge.
Either one. But Sonny Styles, he's a linebacker. Oh, God.
Cowboy? Does he fall like the 12?
If he does, that's insane. If he
like, who's right before this? I could see the Saints taking him. Like, there's a lot of teams.
I want to see what.
Who's right before the Saints?
The Commanders or Browns.
Mott's is saying 5. Another team maybe is Titans.
I could see that. But if because of Robert Saleh, I could totally see him wanting to get his linebacker.
Who's at 5? Giants.
The Giants.
If Styles goes to, if he goes to Titans, the Giants are taking Love.
They might want to with the questionable things with Scadaboo.
Yeah. But you never know. I mean, having 2 dark horse running backs is not a bad thing.
No, it's not. And I agree with you. But going into the next topic, so we do have an NFL live draft or NFL draft live show, both on Friday or Thursday and Friday. So the Thursday one will be the whole, like, most of the network, where basically everyone is going to be there for 6 hours, and then on Friday we are going to live stream during. We are going to do rounds 2 and 3. So that Guru show is going to be another. That one's going to be, 5 hours, probably around there, because we have to do 64 picks. That's that Friday, those Thursday and Friday are gonna be great days, but it's gonna be those are gonna be long days for sure, because the draft on night 1 and night 2 does not end till 11 o'clock, and it starts at 5, right? Something like that. But those are going to be 2 great days for 32 NFL football teams. Well, I'm going to say 31. because I think there's one team that's going to just, do terrible because they always do terrible. And
You gotta stop with this hate with this team. You
I
just
won't,
keep on going at it.
I won't say it, so no one knows, but people might know.
I do think it's going to be good for 31 teams and not 32, but not for your reason.
Going into our last two topics, Devon Achane was seen at the Dolphins facility, so that is good news for Dolphin fans because you guys don't have a lot of great players. Like, I would say that Devon Achane is your last great player because you traded away Jalen Waddle, lost Tyreek Hill. I don't think losing Tua was a big deal for you guys. We'll see how Malik Willis does. Signed a pretty good deal. But Devon Achane is untradeable according to the Jeff Hafley and the Dolphins GM, and they do want to work out an extension for him. So being seen in the facility is really good news for them. We'll see how he does without help because, when they had Waddle and Hill, they at least had guys that were blocking for him. So we'll see. I do imagine
the box now. That's really it.
Yeah. And with Jeff Hafley being a defensive-minded coach, I imagine that he's going to want to retool the defense so it's his defense. So we might not see a lot of offensive picks for the Dolphins. However, I will throw this out there. I do think that that they should consider taking a wide receiver with 11 because they don't have any quality receivers. So I would imagine that 11 is circled as a wide receiver or some form of pass catcher. I think it's a little early for Sadiq from Oregon, the tight end from Oregon, but if that's who they take, good luck. At least as a pass catcher. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins. HN's just the guy now. So,
right.
There was some speculation of maybe some teams maybe reaching out to his overall camp, but
they did. Yeah, teams did.
Yeah, they have to at least keep a cornerstone piece, and he's their guy now. Waddle obviously is out, Hill's obviously out. Even when they both were there, I think HN was still kind of their guy that they valued the most of. He's a explosive guy. Obviously, he's really good at the catch. Obviously, I hate dealing with him in my division.
Right.
But, I just think defense is just going to stack the box now and they're going to be a running heavier type of team more than ever now because they don't have the pieces around. So I think they still are going to have a hard time moving the football, even though HN's obviously going to do his own thing. But it's going to be much tougher for him to put up what he has been putting up because the talent is a lot weaker.
Yeah, what about you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, Ben hit it right on the nail. Like, every team's just gonna stack the box. They're gonna let everyone other than HN beat them. So I mean, it's dumb keeping him because I do feel like you can get a second. But then again, if they don't value that second high, it's like keep him, let him do his thing, let him beat some records. So
yeah, because he's on his last year of his deal. So if they don't get an extension done, there's a possibility that he does walk. But I imagine that they get a deal done for him. And going into our last topic, this actually literally just happened today. And when I saw it, I knew that we needed to add it. Will Anderson signed a monster extension with the Texans this early this afternoon. I'll read the deal. Will Anderson is signing a 3-year, $150 million deal that makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. The deal includes $134 million guaranteed. So, I mean, Will Anderson definitely deserves it. He is a monster, but that's $10 million more than Myles Garrett, who just broke the sack record. You are putting it now. I am not saying that I don't have complete faith in Will Anderson, but you are paying him a sixth of the salary cap. I mean, that's insane. And you're gonna have to pay CJ, even though it's not looking that great for him. But the Texans did say that they want both of them back, so they're gonna have to pay CJ next. And quarterbacks command a lot of money. I mean, I could see him signing a deal that's close to maybe a little bit more than Brock Purdy's deal, maybe 5 years, 270, something like that. But I don't know what they do. But I mean, Will Anderson, congratulations, my dude. And I mean, when you came out, I will admit I wanted the Bears to draft you, but there was no way that we could have gotten you. But
I mean, we did have the number 1 pick there in that draft, and then we traded it.
Oh well, yes, we did. Yes. But I also have to give props to the GM in Houston, because he worked a masterclass because CJ Stroud was number 2, and then Will Anderson was number 3. And I don't think that he gave up that much for number 3.
No.
But what are your guys' thoughts on this? And then we will get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously, it's big, but the Texans obviously are a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, we faced them in the playoffs. New England last year was glad we won the game. But, I mean, obviously outside of Seattle, they were the toughest team to face, top to bottom. Probably the toughest defense. They swarmed to the ball everywhere, secondary, front, and Anderson is just a matchup nightmare, no matter who he's going
Absolutely. Completely agree.
Poor Drake May during that game. I mean, he was just getting stripped left and right from him, but it was there's not a lot you can really do with a guy like that. He is just not good. So.
I mean, if it was possible, you would have to triple team Will Anderson. But
even that.
You did triple team him, and you got Daniil Hunter coming off the other side.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but what about you, Mike?
What do you think about him?
What are your thoughts on this, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy deal. I don't think he's worth $50 million, obviously, just because of what Myles Garrett got and what. I think he's what Nick Bosa type got there, because I do think he'll win a depoy. I don't know if it's going to be next year or the year after, but he will get a depoy sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's going to be worth it for them. But I mean, it's a crazy deal. But he does have 2 All-Pros, and I think he's a 2-time Pro Bowler too. So it's it's worth it. And what he did against the Steelers in that playoff game was crazy. So
yeah, but that is everything that we got for you guys today, and that literally actually works out well, because we are literally at almost an hour and 5 minutes, which is our alluded
Shout
time
out to everybody
slot.
watching too.
110 people. That's great. That's great. Hopefully we can get that many people to watch on next Friday, because that would be awesome. I mean, I want to see everyone that's watching next Friday comment in the comment section, like if they like their picks or not, because Friday's going to be fun. Sadly, us three are going to be pretty sleep deprived, because Thursday is also going to be a late night for us. But have a good night, everybody, and we will see you next Thursday for the beginning of the NFL draft, and then we will see you Friday for the second day.
See you guys.
See ya.
Later.